Can you come, Amen? Yeah. So, and also RRSP and corporate class in the corporation, well, he's going to have something for us, right? 2 luggage full of money. So we have money for you in the luggage.
So, good evening all. I'm sure you're awake, attentive. Right. By show of hands, how many people in this room are immigrants? How many of you came to Canada with 2 pieces of luggage?
More than us.
2 pieces of luggage. Two pieces of luggage. That's all people have. Okay, congratulate yourself in that case. But I belong to those categories that came here with just 2 pieces of luggage. So you have to ask yourself, are you being honest? There's little more than 2 pieces that we carried. And the other 2 pieces are faith and focus. We had faith in our ability to do what we were destined to do. And the focus to pursue our dreams in the area of our choosing. That's why we came here. So for my esteemed dentist attendees, I'm just going to take 30 seconds to explain why I'm here standing in front of you and makes me a little bit qualified to talk about some of the strategies that Amy mentioned. Now, I grew up in a middle-class family. We had enough food to go around, but never enough money. My parents made it sure that they focused, we understood, kids, the importance of faith and focus. Faith in the Almighty and focus on what we need to do. I breezed through my undergrads. I did my MBA in corporate finance. I was a superstar by the time I was 23. I had a good job, I couldn't ask for more. And then I came to Canada. And you know what happens when you come to Canada and apply for a job? What do they ask for? Canadian experience. So that's a frustrating job search. And I went through recruiters, through company who said, Mr. Sangha, you have an excellent resume. What you don't have is Canadian experience. And my desperation in those dark days, my faith and my focus, helped me pursue my CFA chapter. Now I'm not beating my own drum, but for every 12 people who decide to pursue the charter, only 1 sees it through. Okay? So now why am I sharing this with you? Because that's my job when I'm trying to help clients build their wealth. So I'm going to just share a few samples with you. Can everybody hear me if I don't use a mic? Yeah. Thank you. So, I'm just going to pass around a few samples that you can look at while I illustrate what I'm talking about. If you could just keep one and pass on the rest, I think it will make my job easier. How many of you hold gold at home?
Amy.
Gold, physical gold. I am from India. Indians have been holding gold for years. My grandmother had it, my mother had it, and my wife still keeps on buying more. But when it comes to portfolio construction, when I'm trying to construct an RRSP or a TFSA portfolio, you dare put it in a portfolio, in a client's portfolio. That's what my compliance team told me. Now, if you look at the sheet in front of you, it's a fund that trades in gold. If you see towards the very right-hand corner, the risk classification is high. So for that reason, people would not add it to client portfolios. Now coming from India, I know we've held gold for millions of years. We still continue to hold. It's not a high-risk investment. The question is, how do you integrate that into a client portfolio? When do you get in and when do you get out? That's where my CFA skills help my clients build portfolios. And why do I mention gold? It is highly volatile precious metal. It can go up a lot, it can fall down a lot. So you have to use it with certain kind of skill. And once you're used to it, you start loving it. What's the end goal? Is anybody here in the room tuned into the news? Yes? No? I need a louder yes to make sure my audience is listening. Yes. Are we tuned into the news?
Yes, of course.
Are we tuned into the news? Yes. Is it good?
No.
No. It's tariffs, tweets, climate change, food not there, farmers going bankrupt. It's all despondency. Now, I as an advisor can't control any of that. But what I can control is how your portfolio will react in case the markets hit a downturn. So if you flip your handouts, on the other side, you will see downside protection. It's an investment strategy which is called winning by not losing. If your portfolio goes down 50%, how much does it need to grow to just break even? Simple math. If your portfolio grows down by 50%, how much does it need to grow to break even? 100%. If you lose 50, you need to make 100 to just break even. Right? So downside protection is a very important criteria, and those were the skills that CFA Charter helped me bring on the table. Why do I talk about just this? So we are in a world of unprecedented turmoil. There's so much going on out there. So while I'm not saying that you don't participate in the upside, what I'm saying is that you protect your downside. And this process, every investor I talk to, I ask them, what are the expectations? You'll say, I want a 10% return. You, sir, might say, I need a 15% return. But when I ask them, how much are you willing to lose to gain 10%, to earn 15%? What do you mean I should lose? Nobody wants to lose any money. Everybody wants to make more money. So there is a gap between participating on the upside and capturing the downside. And we need to bridge that gap. And that bridging happens in an onboarding process. I don't think I'll have enough time to cover that. I'm just going to circulate a small sheet that illustrates what the onboarding process looks like. You can have a quick glance and pass it around. This is a 2-year roadmap of how client onboarding happens. It defines out what exactly is going to happen quarter by quarter, year by year, when you decide to work with a financial advisor for your needs. And why I'm mentioning that is, Amy mentioned a lot of asset categories out there: investment accounts, RRSPs, TFSAs, corporate class. You invested within the corporation, outside the corporation. Where do you put the money? It's not clear. It's a 2-year journey to come at the same level where the client and the advisor are on the same page. I know you've been a very patient listener, so I'm just going to wrap this up very quickly. It is your precious time that you decided to be here tonight. You could have been anywhere. So I'm really thankful for all of you to make us as a part of the evening. Now, as a heartfelt thanks for your attendance, I'll be offering 1 hour free consultation for you to understand how this roadmap of managing client expectations looks like. And just to conclude, I want to say, Amy, thank you so much for hosting the audience here. And I wish you all a wonderful rest of the summer and happiness, happiness and prosperity in this beautiful country that we all chose to be our new home. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay.